여러분 반갑습니다. I'm 권소와 and this is K-Culture Dive. Join us in taking a deep dive into the heart of Korean culture from K-entertainment to AI news and K-sports today. So without further ado, let's dive in. And joining us on today's show is my co-host Bella Kim. Hello, Bella.
Hi, Soa. And hello to everyone joining us today on K-Culture Dive. I'm Bella Kim, back again to co-host and fill you all in with some exciting K-entertainment news.
So let's kick off with K-Inter News, Bella. And we're going to start off with a reunion of a K-pop boy group. But the reunion did not happen in Korea, but somewhere else at a very popular music festival. Who are we talking about?
We're talking about Big Bang. Big Bang, the legendary second-generation K-pop boy group, made a highly anticipated reunion at Coachella, taking the stage together for the very first time in 9 years. They performed at the outdoor theater as the closing act of last Sunday's lineup, and this performance marked their first official appearance under the name Big Bang since their 2017 Last Dance tour, with JJAJANG, Taeyang, and Taesung sharing the spotlight. The group are also celebrating their 20th debut anniversary this year, so this reunion stage was extra special. Big Bang opened the show with a medley of Bang Bang Bang, Fantastic Baby, and Sober, followed by hit songs like Loser, Haru Haru, and Lies, all rearranged with a live band and massive crowd sing-alongs. The setlist also featured solo and unit stages, adding variety and energy as well. Big Bang dominated the atmosphere with a large-scale LED visuals and powerful live band sounds. The members shared that their 20th anniversary is just the beginning, hinting at future activities and a possible world tour. And don't be too sad if you missed their last performance, because Big Bang are set to take the Coachella stage once again this Sunday.
It's great to see them back again.
I know.
And we are going to move on to another boy group, slightly younger generation. So BTS, of course, they made their comeback. And it seems like nowadays we see so many people in purple around us, just like you, Bella, today.
Yes, of course. And I definitely see a lot of people wearing purple as well, which is, of course, the color of BTS.
Yeah, and I mean, just recently, Walter reported how their first leg of their world tour, Arirang World Tour, just wrapped up in Goyang on the weekend. But Korea is expected to be filled with armies and their energy once again. So what's up next?
It's going to be next in Busan, down on the south coast of Korea. And BTS will hold their Arirang World Tour concerts in Busan on June 12th and 13th at the Busan Asiad Main Stadium. This Busan concert marks their return to the same city where they held Yet to Come in Busan back in 2022, making it their first full group performance there in about 3 years and 8 months. And the second day of the concert, June 13th, is actually the 13th anniversary of BTS's debut, so it will be a special moment for the group members to celebrate this day with their fans' armies. Busan itself also holds a very special place for the group, as well as it is the hometown for the members Jimin and also Jungkook as well.
Of course. So Bella, you're going to give us some information on the tickets.
Right. So the pre-sale tickets will open on April 29th at 8 p.m., followed by general sale tickets on April 30th at 8 p.m. So mark your calendars, Busan armies, or just anyone who loves BTS. And after the Busan concert, BTS will continue their world tour across Japan, North America, Europe, South America, and Asia with a total of 85 performances.
So after Goyang was filled in purple, we're going to have a lot of purple in Busan, I guess. Now, Bella, let's talk about K-movies now. What's the latest at the Korean box office?
Well, first, the Korean horror movie 살목지 Whispering Water has taken the top spot at its opening weekend, while The King's Warden, which is 왕과 사는 남자 in Korean, is closing in on the all-time box office record. So first, let's talk about 살목지 Whispering Water. The film ranked #1 at the box office during its opening weekend, and according to the Korean Film Council on Monday, the film drew approximately 536,000 moviegoers last weekend from April 10th to 12th, accounting for over 47% of total ticket sales. Its cumulative audience has now reached around 790,000 the last time I checked. The film released on April 8th is a horror story about employees who encounter mysterious events after entering a reservoir to film road view footage. And I'm not good with horror films, but it does sound very interesting. So Soa, did you watch the film?
I mean, you know that I'm on the same page with
Right?
you when it comes to horror films, but after seeing this result, maybe I'm going to try to catch it at the movie soon. But one movie that I did watch is The King's Warden, of course, and you're going to tell us how this movie is doing now?
The King's Warden attracted about 175,000 viewers over this weekend, taking third place in the box office. And its total audience has climbed to approximately 16.42 million, maintaining its position as the second highest grossing film of all time in Korea. The gap between the #1 film, Roaring Current, which is Myeongyang in Korean, which drew about 17.61 million viewers, has now narrowed to roughly 1.2 million.
All right, keep us updated with the numbers, and thank you for those updates, Bella.
Yes, I'll stick around.
And now let's go over to our AI anchor Arang for more on the culture front. Arang.
Thanks, Swa. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. The Iran war has pushed up airfares significantly, but South Korea's inbound tourism is still gaining momentum. A weaker local currency and the cherry blossom season have boosted Korea's appeal as a value-for-money destination. According to government data, over 1.4 million foreign visitors arrived in February alone, up more than 25% year-on-year. Travel platform Allmighter says accommodation bookings by Chinese and Southeast Asian tourists in March rose 63% and 78%, respectively, signaling strong inbound demand. Trip.com also reported that flight bookings to Korea during this spring season surged 83% compared to last year. The Culture Ministry plans to step up efforts to attract more foreign visitors through its Travel Month campaign in April and May. Seoul's Outdoor Library program will return on April 23rd, marking World Book and Copyright Day. Open-air reading spaces near Gwanghwamun and Cheonggyecheon Stream in central Seoul will open that day, while the Seoul Plaza Outdoor Library will begin operations on May 1st. Launched in 2022, the Seoul Outdoor Library Initiative is a city-led cultural project that allows anyone to enjoy reading in open urban spaces. This year, the city will expand programs for foreign visitors, introducing a walking program that lets participants experience reading while moving through Seoul Plaza, Gwanghwamun Square, and the Cheonggyecheon area on foot. KakaoTalk, South Korea's most widely used messaging app, has introduced a new parental control feature. Guardians registered under Kakao Family account can now set detailed limits on their children's access to certain services. Starting this month, parents can invite their minor children and manage their use of short-form content and open chat functions within the app. The feature can be set up directly within the app, without the need for separate customer service procedures. That's all from me. Turning now to a quick look at more K-culture stories making headlines today.
More BTS news, but this time combined with economy. BTS's Arirang World Tour that has kicked off last week has sparked much speculation about the potential economic gains of the group's performances, given its remarkable global fan base. Our Park Jun-han with this report.
To create unforgettable moments, global BTS fans ARMY visited South Korea to enjoy the opening week of the group's world tour Arirang in Goyang. And when fans visit, they don't just come to Korea for the concert, but also to experience the culture.
Beyond the music and merch, what we are seeing here is real economic activity. As fans travel, shop, and dine, their spending spreads across the local economy, driving consumption in Korea.
From BTS-themed city tours to activities like merch shopping and local dining, these fans transformed their concert trip into a cultural and spending experience.
Once you come here for BTS, you are part of this economical impact because you fly, you buy stuff here, you buy accommodation, so everything you do that is related to them increase economy of Korea.
Hallyu Wave is a big impact for us because as we fans, we really consume and we really buy what our idols are using or endorsing. K-pop in general really attracts tourists to go here in South Korea.
Over the last 10 years, there has been a meaningful increase in the number of foreign visitors to South Korea. From just over 13 million people in 2015, the number in 2025 rose to almost 19 million, up over 43%.
Travel patterns these days are no longer centered on simple sightseeing, but rather on experiencing local culture firsthand and living like a local. For people who are big fans, there are likely to be fewer constraints on spending.
The largest ever by a K-pop act, BTS is visiting 34 cities for a total of 85 shows as part of the group's world tour, which is projected to generate at least $1 billion in direct revenue for the group's agency HYBE and have a multi-billion-dollar impact on the global economy. This is a powerful reminder of the strength of BTSnomics. 박준환, 아리랑 뉴스.
April 14th, Black Day. In Korea, it's the day when singles who were left out on Valentine's Day come together. They share a bowl of JJAJANGMYEON, rich black bean noodles that have become a symbol of comfort. But here's a twist. The jjajangmyeon you see at Chinese restaurants in Korea, you won't really find it in China. While similar dishes exist, Korea's sweet, thick black bean noodles are a distinctly local creation. So where did it all begin? Our story takes us back to 1883, to the port city of Incheon. Chinese immigrants from Shandong province brought with them a simple noodle dish, mixed with stir-fried bean paste. Then, in 1905, one of them, named Woo Hee-gwang, introduced the dish to the public, laying the foundation for what would become modern jjajangmyeon. By 1948, caramel coloring had been added to the black bean sauce, giving it signature deep black shine. In tougher times, Koreans bulked it up with cheap onions and vegetables, transforming it into a hearty, comforting meal. What began as a foreign import soon evolved into a beloved national soul food. Today, jjajangmyeon is part of everyday life in Korea, yet always special. From freshly stir-fried ganjajang to generous shared plates of jjangbanjajang to modern twists with truffle and seafood, it continues to evolve with the times. So Black Day is not about loneliness. It's about owning the moment, indulging in this rich 140-year-old flavor all to yourself. So go ahead, mix it up, and dig in.
Time now for the latest in the world of K-sports with our sportscaster Jason Lee joining us in the studio. Hello, Jason. Welcome back.
Hello. Happy Black Day.
Oh, yeah. Happy Black Day. Did you guys have any jjajangmyeon today?
You know what the funny thing is? I actually ate jjajangmyeon yesterday.
Oh, I had jjajang pop, so jjajang rice yesterday.
Oh,
okay.
so you guys celebrated in advance.
In advance, yeah. I mean,
Celebrate?
I got my chocolates and candy on Valentine's Day, but I was at the restaurant yesterday and they had all the advertisements for the sales of today. I was like, oh, I came a day early, so a little bit disappointed.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll have a dish for dinner today.
For dinner tonight.
Yes.
Okay. So from K-food to K-sports now, Jason. So I think to be honest, in the past week or so, I haven't seen really major sports news, but what are we missing?
Yeah, well, there are some important stories, however, still. For example, last time we spoke, we didn't know yet who Korea was going to face in their first World Cup soccer match because it hadn't been decided yet. That is fixed now, so I'll surprise you with who that's going to be. Also, in August, it could be a very good time to visit Jeju, especially if you're a soccer fan, so details on that in a bit. LAFC finally suffered a loss this season, but don't blame Son Heung-min for this one. Lee Jung-hoo hit his first home run of the season, and Kim Hae-sung is back up in the major leagues with the Dodgers. Also, An Woo-jin is back with the Kium Heroes, kind of. Details on that.
Okay, some interesting teasers there, Jason. But why don't we start with the World Cup, because that's what many Koreans are looking forward to.
Yes.
And so who are we facing? Who is Team Korea facing for their first game?
All right, no suspense. We'll go right to it. It is going to be the Czech Republic, also known as Czechia, of course. They recently beat Denmark in their final playoff to qualify for the World Cup, and they needed a penalty shootout to do it after finishing tied 2-2 after full time. Now, Czechia also needed shootouts to edge Northern Ireland to face Denmark in the play-in game. So this is clearly a country that has barely scraped their way in, but hey, they're still in, and they're a decent team. They're ranked 41st in the world right now. They're led by Bayer Leverkusen striker Patrick Schick and West Ham United midfielder Thomas Souček. And as mentioned, they're ranked 41st in the world, so not a bad team. Korea is going to play them on June the 12th. That will be 11 a.m. Korean time. And all things considered, this is actually good for Korea because, of course, we would much rather face Czechia than the 20th ranked Denmark. So that is a win. But I have to admit, you know, it would have been nice if they could have faced one of the other teams like Northern Ireland or North Macedonia as the final team of their group. But overall, I think this is a win for everyone in Group A that we get Czechia instead of Denmark, who are a much higher ranked country.
Can't wait for the World Cup fever back here in Korea.
We'll be watching out for that match as well. And you've also mentioned that if you're a soccer fan, you should be in Jeju in August. So I'm a soccer fan, so please tell us what's up.
Yeah, that's right. And certainly the weather's always nice in Jeju. And, well, we're going to have a international exhibition game as German club Bayern Munich has locked in an exhibition match against Jeju SKFC. That's for August the 4th at Jeju World Cup Stadium in Seogwipo. Now, of course, top Korean defender Kim Min-jae plays center back for Bayern Munich. He's going to be one of the main draws, along with an opportunity to see players like Michael Olise, Luis Diaz, and, of course, former Tottenham striker Harry Kane on that squad as well.
Well, I hope it's going to be a great game because, I mean, Jeju, the stadium there is one of the most picturesque stadiums in Korea, surrounded by the ocean view. Just playing there itself will be
I've actually seen a game from there, and if you sit high up on the one side, like you mentioned, you can actually see the ocean from the nosebleed.
Wow.
So even though you're high up, it's kind of like, oh, I'm watching the game from so far away. But like you mentioned, you do get a beautiful view of the ocean from up there as well.
Oh, I was actually wondering because I only saw those drone shots.
Yeah,
but
no, it's
you can actually see the ocean when
especially
you're
when the
up
weather's
there.
nice and nice and sunny. It is the water just glistens. It's beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. And Jason, you mentioned Harry Kane, the former co-worker player of Son Heung-min at Tottenham. And you said that Son Heung-min's current team, LAFC, they actually lost recently, but it was not because of Son. So please enlighten us.
Yeah, I guess you could say maybe it was because of his absence. That's because LAFC, hey, they were the only undefeated team in MLS going into the weekend. And they decided to give Son Heung-min the day off against the Portland Timbers, who are, you know, they're kind of an average team, I guess you could say, middle of the pack. But you might say it backfired as Portland scored 6 minutes into injury time to stop LAFC 2-1. Also note, LAFC had a goal disallowed in the 88th minute after an offside call through the VAR system. So heartbreaking loss for LAFC, but I guess once again, it just kind of shows you how much they still need Son Heung-min in the lineup. I think, you know, he was sick going into the games that Korea played as the national team game. So remember, he played a couple of games against Ivory Coast as well as Austria on the European time zone just like a week ago. So to come back to the North American time zone, I think they kind of wanted to give him an opportunity to recover from the jet lag and his illness as well. So gave him some time off, but that's the first loss for the last undefeated team in the MLS.
Right, and let's shift to baseball now.
Okay, sure. So in Major League Baseball, Lee Jung-woo had his first home run of the season. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, I can tell you that it came at a really good time because Lee Jung-woo has been struggling to start off the Major League season so far. He's actually dropped down in the batting order as well. He was hitting 6th in the lineup as of late. So this will hopefully help him gain some confidence and hopefully restore some of the confidence that the team should have in him as well. His batting average still way below for Major League standards as well as his own. He's hitting 185 right now as it is, but hopefully that'll come around sooner than later. And, you know, when you just look at his style of play, his expectations of himself, I'm sure he'll turn around the ship very quickly.
And we're going to talk about another player, Kim Hae-sung. He's back with the Dodgers after spending some time at the minor league as well.
Yeah, to start off the season, they sent him down to AAA. I said at the time that I expect his stay in the minors should be very short, and it ended up being just 6 games in Oklahoma City before returning to LA. That was mostly due to an oblique injury to Mookie Betts as he's sidelined. But hey, Kim Hae-sung was also hitting well in the minors with a .346 batting average and a .438 on-base percentage. So he's still hitting well in the majors as well, hitting .308 with an on-base percentage of .412. But obviously those numbers are with a very small sample size. But regardless, he's playing well with the opportunity that he's been given right now. And even manager Dave Roberts recently commented on his improvement from prior to the start of the season in spring training when Kim really wasn't hitting very well. And that's important because Mookie Betts isn't expected to be out long. So Kim Hae-sung needs to make an impression quickly in this second chance to show that he is more valuable to the club right now than, say, someone like Alex Freeland, who's just kind of hitting okay. So I think in the next week or two, we can probably expect Mookie Betts to be ready to play again. And at that point, manager Dave Roberts is going to have to make a decision. Do I keep Kim Hae-sung here? Do I keep Alex Freeland here? Who am I going to send down to AAA when Mookie Betts is ready? So, so far, I think Kim Hae-sung's doing his job and certainly making the decision really difficult for manager Dave Roberts, but we'll find out soon enough.
We'll find out soon, and let's hope, certainly hope for the best. But Jason, let's go back to your teaser before. You also mentioned An Woo-jin and said that he's back with the Kyum Heroes, kinda?
Kind of, yeah. Not in the full throttle way that he's always played and pitched, but yeah, you know, An Woo-jin hasn't pitched in the KBO since August the 23rd, back in 2023. That's a hiatus of almost 3 years. And in that time, An served his Army duties. He was also rehabbing from a few different injuries. So before he got injured, I would say that he was the best Korean pitcher. In 2022, he posted a 2.11 ERA and struck out 224 batters for a KBO record among Korean pitchers. Now, the thing is, he's had a bit of a bad boy label for allegedly being a bully in high school. Now, he has served suspension for those allegations, but elbow and shoulder injuries have derailed his career since over the last 3 years. As mentioned, he also did his time in the military. But anyways, on Sunday, he finally made a return to the mound for Kyum, throwing just 1 inning. So while throwing that 1 inning, he allowed just 1 hit, 1 walk, while striking out a batter as well. And the plan all along was for An Woo-jin only to throw that 1 inning so he can build up slowly. But his participation in the KBO this season will definitely be one that I'll be monitoring very carefully because of how dominant he once was, and to see if he'll ever be able to leave his past behind, both with his injuries as well as perhaps his public persona as well.
So you'll be monitoring, and we're going to have your assessments afterwards.
Absolutely, because it's a very big story. And I should also quickly mention one other big story in the KBO is that No Shi-hwan, the third baseman for the Hanwha Eagles, he signed a huge record-breaking contract this offseason with Hanwha, 11-year, 30 billion won contract. So the highest paid player in the KBO. Yesterday, he was sent down to the Futures League because of his struggles. He's batting just 145 in his first 13 games so far this season. That means that he has to stay down in the Futures League for the next 10 games, which is a huge decision by the Hanwha Eagles to say, okay, we're going to be okay without him for the next 10 games, but hopefully this will give him an opportunity to get back on track. I'm sure he's just put too much pressure on himself after signing such a big contract in the offseason. So a big story that, a potential MVP level player is down in the minor leagues right now.
Big news indeed. And thank you for giving us all the updates, Jason, as always. Looking forward to next time.
Thank you, Jason.
And thank you, Bella, as always. We're going to have you back here very soon.
Yes, I'll see you back soon.
Thanks for watching and your interest in everything K-culture. Please tune in again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Korea time. Keep diving.